Previously
on Real Wives of Benton Harbor.
After the death of her wonderful husband, Ron, Cindy continues to break down barriers and generational curses through love, faith, and creativity.
My name is Lamar Small. I am the one and only son of Cynthia Small. My mother is the sweetest person you will ever meet. I always tell people that I'm dating that if you don't get along with my mom, there's likely something wrong with you.
She a boss, I rub her feet. Can't you tell she been working? We different, but we the same. I know nobody's perfect. If it's real love, make her your wife. Elevate a little further. Breaking generational curses. Cause I know that you're worth it. I wanna do this for my whole family. I wanna sit down and build a legacy. I'll get down on both knees because you my queen. Like SWV, bet you got me weak in the knees. I'm just trying to tell you what's important to me. Protect your mental health, it'll spread like a disease. Shout out to all the
Hi, Cindy.
How are you, Keebra?
real boss, a real wife, a real queen. She's a real boss, a real wife, a real queen. She's a real boss, a real wife, a real queen. She's a real boss, a real wife, a real queen. She's a real boss.
Hi, my name is Cindy, and I am from Benton Harbor. That's where I was born and raised. I pretty much lived in Benton Heights for 19 years. I met my husband when I was 17.
Who is that back there?
This is Rosie, our little barn kitty. But my husband worked at a little grocery store in Benton Heights, and that's where I met him.
Oh.
And we got married when I was 19, and we actually moved to the Riverside area, which is closer to Coloma, and moved back to Benton Harbor when I was pregnant with my daughter. I had gotten sick, and while I was pregnant with my second child, and we ended up selling our house. I ended up in the hospital. We ended up losing that child.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And we ended up, we lived in St. Joe at that time when we were living with our friend. And then ended up buying a house or renting a house out here in Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we currently live, which is Riverside, Coloma area. And
How many kids do you have?
we have two.
Okay.
We have a daughter who will be 40 this year, and our son just turned 34 in June.
Oh, okay.
And we have 5 grandchildren.
Let's go into when you decided to start an actual farm.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened with that?
Well, I put off my husband having chickens for like 15 years. I'm like, I don't want chickens.
So he always wanted chickens?
Oh, he wanted chickens for a long time, from the time we were probably married. I said, they stink. I'm not cleaning up after them. I'm not watering them. I'm not eating the eggs. I refuse to do anything with the chickens. So for 15 years, I put him off. And then we had a granddaughter. So he played the grandchild card on
As
me.
he should have. You better use whatever you got, Rich. I'm telling you right now.
He says, Ava really should have some baby chicks. And I'm like, oh, great. So if I say no.
Grandma said no.
I know.
Grandma said no.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
I'm like, all right. So I think it was like 2008, maybe. He got some chickens.
Okay. Well, hey.
When we lived in Benton Heights, when I was growing up, we had cats and dogs. That's all we could have then. We moved to this home, which we've been here since 1998. And had a friend that had goats and kind of got interested in the little babies. They were so cute. And she had a friend that was going through a divorce. And she had to get rid of all of her goats. And so I ended up with 2 goats for free. They had babies. And
How long have you had the goats?
since 2018.
Ooh.
So just started out just having them for pets. And I had a friend that lived in Iowa that had goats, and she talked to me and she's like, what do you plan on? What is your goal for your goats? And I'm like, well, I just planned on just having them for pets. And she's like, well, have you ever thought about, milking them? Because at that point they were just pets. I had babies, and I talked it over with my husband, and I'm like, what do you think about me, starting to breed, goats and selling them, as breeding goats and milk goats and show goats? And he's like, this is your passion, this is your joy, what do you want to do? And I said, we could give it a shot, and see what happens. So I went to a goat show, just to watch.
Where was the goat show that you went to?
In Indiana.
Okay.
Most of the shows that I go to now are Indiana. There's 2 in Michigan, the only 2. So Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, tri-states are the ones that we usually go to. But I went to that first show and I was hooked.
Do you have any other animals besides goats?
We do. We have 3 dogs and we have a cat. Our little kitty that you just saw, she's our barn cat. She lives in the barn.
These
we
people
also
back
have
here.
chickens. You can hear the rooster in the back.
So listen, this rooster looks just like the rooster off of Tom and Jerry.
His name is Duke.
He's not playing. And I want to ask a question about roosters. So you're gonna know chickens and rooster. So rooster is the male.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and the females are actually hens.
Okay.
You do not have to have a rooster to have eggs.
I found that out. So I have another friend that has a farm as well.
Yes.
And her husband was telling me that they didn't have to make this egg. It automatically is produced.
Chickens are born with all of the eggs that they'll ever have in their whole life.
What do you mean?
The chickens have the eggs inside them, and they will produce the eggs regardless if they have a rooster. You only need a rooster to fertilize your eggs if you want to have baby chicks.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to have a rooster to have eggs. You're going to have eggs regardless. So one of our friends had a rooster that she was wanting to get rid of, and I'm like, they're talking back and forth on Messenger, So I told Katie, I go, stop helping my husband get a rooster. I said, do you know where the chicken coop is at? Right outside my bedroom window.
Right. So what time does your rooster crow?
6 o'clock in the morning, he's out here crowing.
So I hear that you have goat yoga and things out here at times.
We did.
Okay.
We had it last year. We had it and we had it this year. I had a yoga instructor from St. Joe approach me, and she wanted to know if I would be interested in it. And I'm like, sure, easy money. I just provide the goats. So we set up, a little fenced area out in their yard, and I just took my little baby goats out there, and she would invite, I think there were 15 people per class last year. This year we had 30 per class, and we had 2 classes.
Oh, that's good.
We filled them. There are people that came just to pet the goats, not necessarily do the yoga, but just that's even therapeutic, just being with the goats and
with
the
animals. Animals are a direct connection to God.
Yeah.
Just as nature is, you know what I'm saying? Everything that's here that's not us
Yes.
was put here kind of, you know, for us to enjoy and so that we can get the benefits of what God has for us.
And you know, who doesn't love baby animals?
I mean, you'll be surprised how many people don't love baby animals.
When I was a child, I grew up with an alcoholic father. I think I was probably around 6 years old. I was molested by my uncle.
Oh,
that
man.
was my same age. I'm 13 days older than he is. I was told by my mother that when she found out, because my grandma caught it and told my mother, and my mother told me that if it had ever happened again, that I would be in trouble for it.
Oh,
I
my
basically
God.
got blamed for it. Love my mother to death. I lost her this year.
Yeah, I'm so
But
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. There were other instances where I wasn't aware that these things happened because I had blacked them out. My sister, my middle sister, told me about these as I got older. I remember one time that it happened to me was my father molested me.
Oh, my God.
My sister told me when I think I was in 6th grade when I first started developing and had to start wearing a bra. My mother would make me go out and show my dad these things. And I was also molested by a neighbor that lived right next door and a cousin. And my youngest sister was also molested by family members, also my uncle and my father.
I'm so sorry. I want to stop you right there because first of all, I want to say I'm sorry. You know, people, first of all, people that have never had this happen to them or anything that like this, it bothers them to hear it because sometimes people just feel like people wouldn't do that because they wouldn't, or it's embarrassing. But it's real. And it happens to too many people. Too many people.
I had not told my husband. My husband didn't know until probably 2 years ago. We've been married for 43 years, and I just told him.
Look at you healing.
Because I had started going to church. I mean, we were brought up going to church. My parents sent us to church. They didn't go with us. And until just recently, it's been probably 6 years, I had started going to a church. I started going there when they opened. It's called The Well.
The Well?
The Well.
Okay.
And they, through going to church and getting my husband to go with me after a few years of going by myself, God has started working on me and healing me from that.
Amen.
It's still hard to talk about.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm still working through it.
It's okay, Cindy. Because guess what? If you don't, you know, tears is sadness leaving. Tears are nothing but sadness leaving. You got to let the sadness out. Do you want to keep it in? Let it out, honey. Because one thing about sadness is it has to go somewhere. Because if it doesn't go there, then it hurts you. You know.
I wish I would have been able to talk to somebody about it when I was younger. I wasn't, because at that time, like I said, I'm 62. You didn't talk about those things.
Oh yeah.
You know. And the church that I was going to, there were other women who were going through the same thing. So that helped me heal a little bit. The healing is not complete. It will never, ever, ever be complete.
Yeah, you never know.
It will always
but it hurts.
It does hurt. Knowing that what happened to me happened to my younger sister.
Mm-hmm.
You have to forgive. You have to forgive. And you're not forgiving for that person. You're forgiving for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, that hate and that trauma will eat you alive.
And it manifests itself in many ways, and people don't realize it. Sometimes it manifests itself into mental illness,
right.
Which it kind of creates a mental illness, right. Because it's a depression that people are dealing with, a deep depression that they can't shake. You know, some people gain weight from it, some people lose weight, some people lose their hair, some people have irritable bowel syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Because it manifests its way inside your body.
Right.
You know, some people's skin is bad. You know,
I developed Crohn's from it. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, from all the stress that I was under when I was a child, you know, I developed Crohn's over the years from it. There's no cure for that.
What are you doing to take care of yourself for Crohn's?
I try to eat right. I do take medication for it. And it's in remission, but there's no cure for it. A few years ago, I had listed all my animals for sale because I was just done. I didn't want to do it anymore. I did sell like 10 of my goats, and I was just down to a few. And my husband said, he tried to talk me out of it. He's like, this is your joy. They give you joy. Why are you doing this? You know?
So when on the farm though, are you both doing the work, or how's the work split up?
The goats are basically mine. The chickens are his. But he helps me with the goats. He helps me feed them. He helps me water them. If I have something to do, he will take care of them. He just started learning how to milk them this year with the milk machine. Right now, I'm not milking with the milk machine because I only am milking too, so I do it by hand. But he helps as much as he can. We both do everything. I mean, this farm is not just mine or his, it's both of ours.
And it has to be, because it's just like the household.
Yep.
It's just like doing the dishes.
What marriage is.
Yeah.
It's a marriage. The farm is a marriage. We do everything together. I don't go and say, I'm going to buy another goat unless we discuss it, because these goats are very expensive. I have very expensive goats. Some of them have come from Massachusetts, which some of them are like $1,000 goats, you know, and it's not just me deciding that this is what I want to do. It's both of us.
That's good. So you guys are a team, and that's what you should
very
be.
much a team. Like I said, we've lived here since '98, and we have almost lost our home 3 times with him losing different jobs, downsizing and stuff like that. And that is another struggle that we've had. But God. And so that right there, practicing your faith during that time, whenever you're having struggle, being able to practice faith and know that you're going to be okay and still working, you know, because faith without works is dead. First of all, it says that in the Bible. But knowing that you're going to be okay and actively working towards the okay part, doing your part basically to try to make things better, and that they will be. I lost my job in 2015. That was when I became the chicken lady.
You're so funny. What did you do before this?
I worked at Chemical Bank. I was a teller.
Oh, okay.
Coloma.
Okay.
And I ended up losing my job there because I'm not going to say why.
Right, you lost the job.
I lost my job.
Well,
like I said,
I
became the chicken lady, and I took over taking care of the chickens, which I never did. I'm like, I'm not taking care of the chickens. Well, I ended up taking care of the chickens, and the farm grew from there. But I lost my job in May, and my husband had a heart attack in June. And if it were not for me being home that day, he probably would not be here, because he would not have went to the hospital.
Look at God, because he made you lose that job because he needed you to be here for him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he thought he pulled a muscle in his arm. And I knew what was going on right away. I mean, I called the ambulance. I had the dogs put away. I had already given them aspirin. I mean, I knew what was going on. But after that, and then 3 years ago, they downsized it. His plant, he was the plant manager, and he lost his job. Neither one of us, when we lost our jobs, lost a day of sleep, a night's sleep.
That's
it was
good.
like a ton of bricks lifted off our shoulders, because we knew he was going to be looking out for us. He always has.
Always.
He's always found a way. Always. Like I said, we almost lost our home 3 times with job, losses. And, we are both very lucky to be on Social Security now. And we stuck aside a little bit of money. We just got our cabin across the driveway over there. And I mean, if it were not for our faith and believing that there is a higher power, we wouldn't be here. We would not have this farm.
Amen.
So,
Well, it's beautiful.
thank
We're
you.
gonna definitely show people pictures of it and everything like that.
It's
Because
not big.
it is beautiful.
Our farm used to be bigger. And speaking of my business, this is just, it's my farm, but I also, we do sell our goats when we have the babies in the spring. Some of my goats are bred now, so the girls are pregnant, and starting in February we will have baby goats. I've always wanted to have braces, but the kids come first. Last year I was like, I think I want to get braces. I mean, it's out of pocket, but because you're not a child, you do have to pay for it out of pocket. But I got the top ones first, and then I think it was May I got the bottom ones.
You're one of our patients at Dentures and Dental for Smiles. And the first episode, I had your doctor on there, Dr. Choi.
I saw him.
You should have saw the tapes. He told me I consent to the edited version only. And so I made sure that I only put the part that he consented to on there, because he was super shy.
Was he?
But he's very confident and he knows what he's doing, and that's why I wanted to put him on there, because he's a really great doctor. So
I like him a lot.
yes, and you're just like me I came after you. You gave me some courage, actually. You gave me the courage to go and get braces, at our big age or whatever.
Well, I'm a little bit older than you are.
I mean, well, if you could you let people know how old you are?
I'm 62.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
That's crazy. You don't look 62.
Thank you.
So yeah, well, like I said, still, you know what I'm saying? It's older than 18.
Yeah.
Which people usually get braces when they're kids.
Right. Well,
And when I tell you, you already know. They done came a long way.
Yes.
Your smile is brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay, and I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we want our teeth and our things to look nice or whatever. What would you tell someone that was thinking about it as an adult and hasn't done it yet for themselves?
Oh, I would say if you have the means to do it, do it. Do it for yourself. If nobody else, do it for yourself. It'll make you more confident in yourself. It's not the most pleasant thing. There are, it's an adjustment, because your teeth are sore. The soreness that kids say are, when they're kids and they, oh, my mouth hurts. And I'm like, I think they're a little over dramatic.
So too, let's give your sister a shout out for getting married.
Yes.
Say your sister.
My sister Kim married her fiance on Saturday. They had gotten rings and everything, and we're just going to be life partners. And then, because my mom passed away in March, they came over one day, and I hadn't heard from her for like a week. If I texted her, and we talk every day. If I texted her, it would be like a one-word answer, and I'm thinking, this is kind of weird. So they came over one day, and they're sitting on the couch, we're talking, and he says, so since you are the matriarch of the family now, and I'm thinking, what?
That's what you are.
And I am, basically. And he said, do I have your permission to marry your sister? And I'm like, yes!
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, they got married on Saturday, and it was short and sweet, just what they wanted. Everybody wore jeans and camo.
That's all it takes, though. It
Yep.
don't take a lot.
Yeah, they said we just wanted to make it official, so that's what they did.
That's dope. I'm glad I decided to do that. I don't regret being married at all.
Yeah.
I love being married.
Yeah,
I love
so
being married.
That's my youngest sister, Kim. My middle sister is Melinda. She's the one that was the caregiver for my mom.
Okay.
She took care of my mom up until the time she went into hospice.
Shout out to Melinda for doing the job.
Yes, she did a wonderful job
Mhm.
taking care of my mom.
That's cool. When you're not here anymore, what do you want people to remember about you, and what do you want to leave behind?
Probably that I was a good mother, a good nana to my grandchildren, a good wife to my husband.
Mm-hmm.
We've been together for 45 years and married 43. He's the love of my life.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful.
I guess that's my legacy. A good friend.
That's
Lots
good.
of friends, and hope that I've been good friends all with them.
That's good. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. What would you say to any young woman that could just hear your story today, and at the end of this, what would you say to them to encourage them?
I would probably tell her to follow her dreams. If she has any aspirations, try and go after those aspirations. Don't let anybody stand in your way. There's always going to be someone. The devil's out there. There's always going to be someone trying to stand in your way. Get a good support system. Don't just hang with the wrong crowd and let them sway you. If you do go to church, talk to someone there. If you have a problem, talk to someone, even if it's not a church member, a neighbor, someone else in your family, to try and boost your confidence. Like I said, don't let anybody sway you the wrong way. Go after whatever you aspire to be. Just
And don't be ashamed about it.
Don't be ashamed. There's so many things out there that people can do and people can be. Don't be ashamed. If you want to be a truck driver, be a truck driver. I have a girlfriend that went to trucking school. She failed because she couldn't back the truck. She's a little bitty 5 foot something. And she, now she's going to classes to be a bus driver. She wants to drive travel buses and stuff. Do it. If you want to be a garbage collector, be a garbage collector. Do the best you can at what you want to do. That is what I would tell a young woman. And if something happens to you, like happened to me, tell somebody. Do not think that you are the one that's in the wrong. If it happened to you, tell somebody. Don't hold that in. Don't. It will kill you to hold that kind of stuff.
Amen. Amen. Amen.